Giants were mere inches away from a dramatic extra inning win. But the Padres defense came up huge, and they won in 13. To turn it around for the Giants, it's Matt Cain. The horse has put together back-to-back quality starts, and it looks like he's regained his all-star form. Cain takes on the Padres next.
We are coming to you from 3rd and King. It is game 2 of this 3-game series. It's the Padres and the Giants. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Very long, very tough loss for the Giants last night. And that's a game where you got to get it out of your system quickly. The best way to do it is to get a good start from the horse.
Well, the horse is throwing good right now. Matt Cain is on a roll. His last couple of outings, he's gone 13 2/3 innings. He's given up 1 run. But everything's working. His fastball, curveball, slider, changeup, I mean, he can throw anything at any time. And I think tonight it's all about pitching because the guy he's going to face, Andrew Kashner, really has become their ace. So it figures to be a low-scoring ball game. Let's hope the Giants can pull it out.
Yep. Strap it on the defense. In a low-scoring games, that's usually the way it is. Speaking of defense, it really has been all about Juan Perez and how terrific he's done playing center field with his glove, with his arm. Amy G with more on that right after this.
Try Jack in the Box. Now's your chance to go big at Jack in the Box. Try Jack's Big Stack Burger. 2 jumbo beef patties stacked with onion rings, cheese, and pickles. And by Toyota. Do the math and save at your local Toyota dealer.
It's a bit breezy at AT Park this evening. Your Giants looking to bounce back from a very late night and tough 5-3 13-inning loss last night to the Padres. They've got Matt Cain on the hill this evening and Marco Scutero back in the lineup. Welcome back to AT&T Park. I'm Amy Gutierrez. And the Giants, they're a bit banged up, but with Scutero back in the lineup and Pagan and Pablo soon to go to rehab assignments, they're certainly on the mend. Several of the call-ups, though, have been helping to hold the fort down for this team. Of note, Juan Perez, who made an immediate impact with his glove in his major league debut on June 9th, but since has been showing off his arm, and he is our AT&T U-verse rewind this evening, Tuesday in Pittsburgh, playing center field. Let it be known, Perez has a cannon gunning down Garrett Jones at third. Next day, did it again, turning a double play in the first inning, catching a fly ball and then nailing Gabby Sanchez trying to take up at third. And you remember last night, a run-saving play in the ninth, throwing out Forsythe at third with an absolute strike. He's got 3 assists to third in just 6 games, and I had a chance to chat with Juan earlier, and it's really interesting. He's a natural outfielder, but this entire season with the AAA Fresno team, he's been playing third base. And with AA Richmond last season, he was the MVP. I think he's one to watch. All right, first pitch coming up shortly. Kruk and Kipe will be back with lineups and that first pitch, but after these messages, we're going to throw it out to Willie Mays Plaza for an update. It's Say Hey Tuesday. Stay with us.
three-game series coming up. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open daily. 54 degrees here at the Yard. It's a chilly night. Gusty winds at 17 miles per hour. Humidity at 76%. And yes, indeed, we do have some strong winds tonight. Let's take a look at the Padres lineup, and it's brought to you by Coors Light. It'll be Logan Forsythe to lead things off, followed by Will Venable and then Chase Headley. You can see Headley's numbers against Kane Lifetime are pretty good. Then it'll be Blanks, Kotsay, and Denorfia. Denorfia hitting 6th. Amarista is going to hit 7th, Hundley 8th, and Andrew Kashner will pitch in bat 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be the big right-hander, the horse, Matt Cain. And Matt Cain has been throwing great baseball. His last 2 starts against the Diamondbacks and the Pittsburgh Pirates, he went 13 2/3 collectively, 6 hits allowed, just 1 earned. And the reason for his success is he's been really good in the arm slot, that it's allowed him to master that fastball. When he's good, he'll spot that fastball on both sides of the plate with 2 types of grips, up, down, so consistently that at times he won't even need breaking balls. He can get by with that fastball and a changeup combination. You saw the numbers. Lifetime against these San Diego Padres, 7-11 with a 3.17 ERA. Marco Scutaro back in the lineup. Missed just about a week with a mallet finger on his left hand. He's got it in a splint. He's back ready for business. And that is a great sight to see if you are a San Francisco Giant fan. Let's take a look at the defense joining Scutaro for the Giants in their outfield from left to right. It'll be Blanco, Perez, and Pence. Crawford, Arias on the left side of the infield. Scutaro joined by Bell on the right side. And Buster Posey, after a 9-out, will be in the squad, putting down the signs.
Here you see Logan Forsythe. Padres 2 games over 500. Welcome back, Marco Scutaro. A big win last night for San Diego in 13 innings. Kind of works both ways. Big night for San Diego, tough night for the Giants. But baseball is an everyday sport, so you get another shot today. You see Scutaro with that hand, that left hand taped up, especially that little pinky. So here's the first pitch of the ball game from Matt Cain, and it's outside. So we get started right on time. Forsythe, the right-handed hitter, swings and fouls this one over the backstop. 292 with a home run, 6 driven in. With Will Venable to follow. And he wraps this one into left field. That'll be a base hit. So the Padres haven't stopped from last night.
No, they pick up right where they left off. And just like that, Matt Cain goes into the stretch position. Strike zone tonight. Manny Gonzalez, a good zone. Very steady zone. What you get in the first, you usually get it all the way through the game. And you will get width on both sides of the plate, but he likes the low strike.
Here's Venable hitting at 225, 9 home runs, 25 driven in. And the first pitch is low and away. So Cain right out of bed in the stretch. Forsythe, not a guy that you think is going to take off, but you do have to keep an eye on.
See the numbers, 321 with runners on base, 169 out of the windup. And really that says a lot about where he was early in the year. He was not comfortable in the stretch. However, that has changed the last couple starts. He really has put together nice rhythms in the stretch position. He's corrected some mechanical flaws, and he's been very consistent with his arm slot. He's pitched well.
Down the right field line. Is this trouble? Foul. Just for a second, it looked like it was going to be big trouble. And for Kane, all it is a strike.
That's our Toyota Exmo, brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. That lets you know just how foul it was. Off the crack of the bat, I thought it was fair by a bunch. From our angle up here, that's at least how it looked.
Very close as Forsythe just gets back in. Crawford and Scudero. Or Crawford at double play depth. Scudero not so much. Scudero is playing almost a normal position defensively. And for double play depth, that's very deep. So the Giants are thinking that they have to try to take that hole away from Venable. Got him.
Andy Gonzalez looking like Tim McClellan.
He did.
The other umpire with the delayed call.
Not happy about this.
A little change up on the outside corner. Boom! Grab some pine meat.
Here's Headley. Headley takes just a bit low and away. Off the plate.
He's not missing by much. We normally see a strike zone from Gonzalez that would include that pitch. So he has opened it up a little tighter than we've seen in the past. That's not that uncommon for umpires. A lot of them will start tight and then they'll loosen up as you prove to them that you can throw strikes.
And there's a strike, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Headley last night went 2 for 6 at an RBI. But I will say this, he hit the ball hard every time.
Every time. The only time he didn't, he walked.
He had kind of the AT&T hangdog going towards the game.
Well, it definitely could do it to you. This is not a pitcher or not a hitter's park. And last night we saw wind all the way into midnight. That's rare. Normally the winds will be here between around 5 and 8:30. After 8:30, it tends to calm down a bit, but not last night.
Forsythe goes down low. Posey's throw, not in time. The stolen base. And the first for Forsythe.
Pretty accurate throw by Posey. That's close. Take a look at the jump. Kane's pretty compact out of the stretch. He'll be always under what the average is. Average is 1.25 seconds. He's always right around 1:20. But indeed, second base umpire Larry Vanover called it correctly.
3-2, not a Headley. Blanks to follow. Mike mentioned it was Gonzalez behind the dish. Randazzo, Vanover, Gorman from first to third. Got him.
Change up on the inside corner, and it just dropped right completely out of the strike zone, and a swing over the top of it by Chase Headley. Two strikeouts here for Kane in the first, and the payoff pitch has been a changeup both times. Circle change. See ya.
Here's Blanks. Blanks went 2 for 7 yesterday. He bounces this one. Scudero's got it. To belt side retired. Welcome back, Marco Scudero. Good to have you back. Giants are coming up.
How about that play?
At Bruce Bochy's lineup brought to you by Coors Light. It'll be Blanco Scudero and then Buster Posey. Good numbers in his career against the Padres. Pence, Belt, and Crawford. Arias will hit 7th, Perez 8th, and Kane 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Padres will be the big right-hander, Andrew Cashner. Cashner is 6'6", 220-pounder, and really one of the harder throwers in the game out of the bullpen. However, once he moved to the rotation, instead of throwing 99, he's more around 95. Still a healthy fastball, but an outstanding changeup to go with it. He'll give you a 2-seam and a 4-seam fastball. He's got a curveball and a slider to go with it. Very good athlete. He proved it last night in a situation late in the ball game. He pinch hit, laid down a perfect bunt. Take a look at the defense playing behind Cashner. It'll be DeNorfia, Venable, and Kotze. Amarista and Headley on the left side of the infield, Forsythe and Blanks on the right side. Nick Hundley will be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So here's Blanco. Blanco hitting .277 with a home run, 22 driven in. And Blanco, who does this all the time, steps out right when Cashner gets ready to throw.
And that's what Kite's talking about. And pitchers do not like that. Plain and simple. They do not like start-stops.
2-0 to Blanco.
And an umpire that late into it does not have to give a timeout to the hitter.
Blanco went 2 for 6 in the game last night, and now it's 3-0.
The thing too about Cashner, I mean, he'll cruise at 93, 95 miles an hour, and when he needs to strike somebody out, he'll reach back and add to that fastball, and he will hit a high 90s number.
And that's a 4-pitch walk. So a nice round of applause for Marco Scudero.
Traditionally, when a guy has an advertised hand injury, like Scudero has had, it's been well publicized, pitchers will pitch in on those hands. We'll see how the Padres go after him tonight.
Scudero missed 6 games. It was June 11th when he got hurt. And Cashner throws the first strike of the game for him.
You see the little finger below the knob. And the knob is right there between the 2 fingers. And he says if he hit in a more conventional way and had that finger up above the knob, he couldn't hit. There's that much pain in it.
It's a hit and run and a dribbler foul. So that's good stuff. That gives you an idea of what the injury looks like with Scudero grabbing the bat. I know one thing, it looks gnarly.
It does look gnarly.
I think if you attach mallet in front of any part of your body, it's not a good thing. Mallet finger, mallet toe, mallet nose. It's just not good.
I didn't even know you could do that until he got hit in the hand.
I know. It's like, I'm going to eliminate that from associating with any part of my body. Mallet. Foul back. It's 0-2. This is the injury.
94-mile-an-hour fastball. Right on the hand. And he said when it first happened, he thought that he had broken his hand. He knew it was broken. He was afraid to take the glove off.
Cashner's trying to figure out what the count is, or Venable's yelling at something. And after last night, I'm not going to speculate on anything. I do know that it's 0-2, and Posey's on deck. Nice play by Hundley.
Change up, first one he's throwing.
The Maui Gamers are here.
Aloha. Well, back at you. Maui Gamer babes, I love it.
Blanco leaning. He goes. Outside. Hundley's throw. No chance.
Well, Blanco picked a good pitch to go on. Another changeup from Cashner. And we're going to make that our forward right choice, because just like that, he puts himself in scoring position. Hundley did not have an easy pitch to throw off of. And you saw it really wasn't close. Our forward right choice. One more look at the jump. 8th steal of the year now for Blanco.
Scudero taps this one out in front of home plate. Cashner will go to first, and they get Scudero. And on the play, Blanco goes to third.
So a productive out.
So here's Buster Posey. So it's always good. Look, you sit out 6 games. It takes a little while to get the feel of the speed of the game that you just sat out for 6 games, and good to have that first one out of the way for Marco Scudero. So here's Buster Posey. Did not hit last night. He did get into the game. And here he takes a strike. He does have a couple of lifetime home runs off of Cashner.
And as we've seen all year, the best fastballs of the night usually come when Posey's in the box. First pitch from Cashner, he opened it up at 96.
Little flare to right, and a thing. And coming in to score is Blanco. 1-0 Giants.
Yeah, really, a walk, stole a base, good situational at bat, get him over, and Posey gets him in. And they say that walks haunt. This is absolutely proof positive that they do. Fastball, he jams him with, he runs it up the bat. Still a good job. Down, foot down early, knob lead. You see how far up the bat that ball got. And because he's inside the ball, he's in position to fight that thing off.
Here's Pence. Pence 1 for 9 lifetime against Andrew Cashner. Pence took an 0 for 5 last night. And a strike at the knees, 1 ball and 1 strike.
That's big time movement at 94 miles per hour off a two-seam grip. You can see the movement from the center field camera. Cashner does not lack for stuff.
Boy, the perfect pitch, 1 and 2.
Well, backed it up with a beautiful changeup. The Major League average velocity leader, Steven Strasburg, on top of the heap at 95.5. Matt Harvey at 95, Jeff Samardzija. Basically the hardest 6 throwers in the league. Cashner ranked 6th.
So Pence out swinging on a fastball. And with 2 outs, that'll bring up Belt.
Jimbo Quiroz talking it over with Scooter. I think Scooter was pretty tired of talking about that finger. He was really looking forward to tonight because he knew he was going to get back in the lineup.
Kind of like to get back in though against maybe like a knuckleballer.
Yeah, somebody throwing a not quite so hard that has movement that runs in on your hands.
Here's Belt. Belt goes the other way, but it's high and foul. Do they have a winner or not?
Well, they're looking for it.
It's in the guy's beard. 0-1 to Belt. Belt hits another one out of play. Belt last night 2 for 5. Very high. Buster Posey with the RBI single. He's at first, and the 1-2 to Belt. And Belt digs it out, and he'll see another pitch.
We have another winner. So right now, Belt's making some friends up in the stands. Just wanted to touch it. I know how you feel. That was great. You don't think there's magic in a baseball? Think again.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Posey goes. Swinging a bouncing ball. Foul.
Not by much.
Posey might have scored on that.
Kyle Blanks jumps off. Ball ripped right past his bag and the Foul side, clearly fouled, but gave me a little bit of a thrill.
Well, when you're thrilled, I'm on my way.
Well, that's a good thing.
1 ball and 2 strikes. And that'll end the inning. Belt got a piece, hung on by Hundley. Giants on the board. A Buster Posey RBI single after 1 here at AT Park. It's 1-0 Giants.
Cruz can't stop the fuego.
Giants with a 1-0 lead. And here's Mark Kotze. And the pitch to Kotze is high.
Kotze really has identified himself in his role as a Padre as really a pinch hitter.
And that'll be foul.
And he is one of the best in the game today. But at this point in his career, and this is his 16th year at the big league level, I mean, he's kind of like a player coach. But every once in a while, that guy who's responsible for being your pinch hitter and hitting off the nastiest relievers in the game late every day, he needs to get 4 at-bats in a row. And that's what tonight's start is.
2 balls and 1 strike.
There's a lot of people who believe that someday Kotze is going to be a manager.
Two and 2.
Take a look at the percentage of shutdown innings. He's had 20 opportunities this year. He's been successful 18 times, and that is 15% over the normal National League average.
Slowly hit to Belt. Belt will take his time and flip it to King. 1 out. Well, the Giants take on the Miami Marlins over a 4-game series starting on June 20th, which will be Thursday. The Saturday game, the first 40,000 fans will receive a Ryan Vogelsong bobblehead, courtesy of PG&E. And then on Sunday, the first 20,000 fans, they're going to get a World Champions beach towel, courtesy of Bug Zappers Pest Control. Visit sfgiants.com, and we will see you at the yard. Here's Denorfia. Denorfia hitting .282 with 4 home runs, 22 driven in. And that's just off the plate. Deck swing right past Amarista, who's in the on-deck circle. One ball and 2 strikes. Flipped out of play.
Perfect location with that breaking ball 1 and 2.
Blocked by Posey, 2 and 2. Amarista to follow. Hit out to Pence and right. 2 out. All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy.
All right, Dwayne, let's get fans the injury update on the Giants. Of course, Marco Scudero in the game tonight, but being watched very carefully by that training staff. He is playing with a splint. If he has any discomfort, they're going to take him out. This is the first time he's faced live pitching in 6 games. Angel Pagan ran the bases today. They're going to check him out tomorrow, see how sore he feels. Pablo Sandoval set to go to San Jose Friday and DH. Dwayne?
All right, good stuff. Here's the pitch to Amarista. Why does Amy get to come up with the good stuff?
Because she won 2 Emmys.
Oh. Well, you see Pagan earlier in the day. Wasn't that long ago? Long ago, he was ending the game with an inside the park home run. 0-2 to Amarista.
Cutter above the hands, perfectly placed.
And a bit high.
Trying to come back, same location. The command that he has had the last couple of starts is really what we've seen over the last several years with Kane. He makes harnessing all of his pitches and all of his movements look easy because he has such a repeatable arm stroke. This year, however, it was a little elusive early in the year, but now he's really locked back into it. And I think he's throwing the best now that he has all year.
And he gets Amarista swinging to end the inning. Crawford, Arias, Perez coming up.
Company. the solar company.
Here it's a 1-0 lead for the Giants. Giants scored off of Andrew Kashner. So Crawford, Arias, Perez. Hey, look who's back.
Don Rhodey, again back on the third base side.
Don never left. He sat there all night and all day.
You know what? That would not surprise me. Tony Graham, our first baseball dude. Hey, they're 0-1 on the homestand.
Here's Crawford. Strike. Crawford on the ground towards the hole. Amarista juggles.
That should be a base hit.
I put it down as just that.
You knew once it got that deep to the backhand of Amarista, it was going to be a tough play. Now he's got a good arm, and it is well within his capabilities to make this play. But as he had to hurry the exchange, could not find a grip. And they have, I believe, given him an error, and I don't agree with that call.
No, base hit.
Oh, did they give it a hit? Okay.
Yeah.
Then I do agree with that call.
So here's Arias. Arias takes low.
Part of the growth of Kashner has been with the two-seam fastball. When we first saw him with the Cubs, he was all four-seam, just trying to put a big number up on the speed gun. But this is a situation where you want to pitch for ground balls, and he came right out of bed with a two-seam fastball right down around the knees. And he has a big-time movement down there, and it does get ground balls. Padres believe that he will emerge as their ace.
No, he's built like a horse.
See what he likes, and that fastball changeup is really his best combination. His breaking balls, he only throws them about 15% of the time.
Arias looking down at Tim Flannery. Flan man didn't have too many signs to give. And it's a hit and run, and it's down low, and the throw is in time. They got him. And Crawford taking a little inventory.
May have knocked the wind out of him. If you're going on a hit run, you have to make sure that that pitcher goes home. So you're not going to get a great jump. And that's what did him in.
Well, if it was a hit and run, then Arias needed to swing. This is where he got tangled up with the neck and the knee. Outside 3-2.
I think there was a signal miss there. Watch the hands. He could have jammed his right hand.
There's a little pop-up down the right field line. It's going to be foul. It is one of the reasons why coaches encourage base runners to go in feet first, because of that. That's not good.
You see the left side there. The right side really hit at an awkward angle. And we've already had enough hand injuries. Thank you very much. Stay tuned.
Got him on a high fastball. Lifetime now, Arias 0 for 5 against Kashner with 4 strikeouts.
if you look at these numbers, it figures to be a good pitching matchup tonight. Kane with 15 more strikeouts and 5 more innings pitched. But those are good numbers across the board for each guy.
Perez hitting .438 with a couple of RBIs. And a check swing to even the count. Gasher with a new baseball. Kane to follow should Perez reach. Outside 2-1. Tap to third for Headley. And that'll end the inning. Through 2 innings here at AT Park. 1-0 Giants.
By This Is the End, now playing in theaters.
Well, MLB.com at bat is the #1 source for baseball everywhere you go. Available for iPhone, iPad, Android, and BlackBerry 10. At Bat delivers Giants baseball with audio, pitch tracking, stats, breaking news, and video highlights. MLB TV Premium subscribers can get At Bat Premium features for free and watch live out-of-market games. Go to text At Bat to 31826 or go to sfgiants.com to check it out.
Here's Nick Hundley. Hundley takes a strike. Hundley hitting .233, 4 home runs, 16 driven in. And a good breaking ball, and it's now 0-2.
Now he's got everything he has working tonight. And this is the same way we saw him pitch his last outing in Pittsburgh. The night you get them all working, those are fun nights.
1-2. Off the end of the bat, that's going to be uncatchable and foul. Tony Graham does his best work when it stops rolling, and then he can pick it up.
Well, that's how Bob Uecker used to say you're supposed to catch a knuckleball.
Hundley asked for time. Actually, Hundley had a pretty good pitch to hit there, and he fouls it straight back. Look out. 2-2. Cashner to follow. And out of play again. So Hundley proving to be a tough customer for Matt Cain.
He's got a clue. Uses the whole field, thinks well.
Hunter Pence. So battle won this time by Cain after Cain and Hundley tangled. And here's Cashner. He's an authentic fan. Cashner got into the game last night as a pinch hitter. And he had a kind of a safety squeeze that knocked in the lead run.
That was pretty good at bat. I mean, he definitely looked like he knew what he was doing up there with the bat in his hand. And you hit 278 as a pitcher this deep into the year, you can hit. Here's the play you were talking about. Remember, 3-3 ball game. And bunts it completely away from the defense, and there was no out to get anywhere.
Got him. 4 strikeouts now for King.
Again, I mean, he is throwing absolute darts with every pitch. There is purpose behind every pitch. He is just locking it and loading it and letting it go right to the glove. And this is a night when, if you're Buster Posey, it's fun to catch.
Sliders? You in?
Yeah.
There is no sharing in that group.
Why should they?
Breaking ball to Forsythe for a called strike.
Garlic fries, sliders. I'm in.
They kind of worked the whole ballpark, didn't they?
Well, yeah. I mean, there are so many good places here at this ballpark where you could go to get a great meal. I mean, it's hard to decide where you want to go. My family hits here, they go 6 different directions.
No sharing 1 and 2.
No. Not until they get down to the end. I think it did.
Foot.
Right on the left toe.
Look at the guard popped up.
Yeah, those things are terrible.
Seriously. What good?
See, both of them are flopped up. I mean, that's faulty equipment. And it could have broken his toe. They're both up. And this thing goes right underneath it on the top of his foot.
1-2 to Forsythe. A high fastball, 2-2. Lester still feeling this one. Look out, 3-2. Here's the payoff. Got him. Kind of a hanger, but it worked. 5 strikeouts for King, and King will lead it off.
Brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit HEPINS.com.
1-0 Giants on the Buster Posey base hit to knock in a run in the first. Here in the bottom of the third. It'll be Matt Cain to lead things off. A lot of activity out in the Bay. Cain hitting 120. He's 3 for 25. Takes high. Fouls it back. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Good rip on a 1-0 count. You watch Matt Cain take batting practice. He can hit him far. Not as far as Madison Bumgarner, but he hits him far.
Out into left center field. Denarfia, as the ball is starting to drift, but Denarfia hangs with it, and he puts it away. All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy?
All right, gentlemen, big day for the Giants. They signed 13 of their first 2013 draft picks, including their first-round draft pick, Christian Arroyo, picked 25th overall. He tweeted about his excitement today. We're going to make it our Geico quote of the game. He said, proud to officially be a San Francisco Giant. Time to get to AT&T Park ASAP and win a ring. Thanks for the support. Hashtag SF Giants. And gentlemen, he is coming to AT&T Park on Thursday, and we'll get to hear from him then. Congratulations to Christian Arroyo, guys.
All right, good stuff, Amy. Let me get some more good stuff. Here's Blanco. Blanco into the alleyway, left center field. That's going to be a base hit. Denarfia will knock it down, and Blanco is going to put on the brakes. That'll be a double for Gregor Blanco.
Nice opposite field hitting. Set up in the outside corner. A little 2-seam fastball catches a little bit too much plate. And a real nice job of staying inside it, going the opposite way. you imagine that baseball coming to you in the batter's box, there's a first base side of that ball, and there's a third base side of the ball, a right side, left side. For a left-handed hitter to hit on that first base side of the ball, that right side of the ball, that's staying inside it, and that's the approach that you have to go to the opposite gap, and that was a job well done.
So who's Scudero? Scudero takes wide. Scudero hit a little dribbler out in front of home plate. And in doing so, it moved Blanco from second to third. Get on the ground. Amarista kicks it around. Everybody's safe.
Well, in that ball was hit in front of Blanco, he had no choice but to hold his ground. But this ball just eats Amarista up.
So here's Buster Posey.
And that's been ruled a base hit.
No.
Yes,
seriously?
Yeah. Yes, it has.
All right. I'm going to change it.
I had to change mine. I had E6 all over the place.
Yeah, I did too. Here's Posey. All right. I'm putting it back. E6. One and 0 to Posey.
Saw the protective piece on his foot. Posey needs to talk to Nick Hundley, the Padres catcher, about protective pieces for your foot with the catcher's gear.
Yep.
Hundley's got to figure it out. Good 2-0 changeup. You cannot throw a better changeup. And that's really when it's most effective. That's that protective piece we're talking about. It's kind of double jointed. Looks like Donnie Robinson's toenails. And you can see how much more effective that this one is here. Covering the tip of the toe.
Two and two.
So a 2-0 changeup and a 2-1 breaking ball from Cashner. And Posey hasn't gotten off the swing. So he was not looking for anything out of speed in either one of those last two pitches. Again, trying to softball him. And a cutter or a slider that just kind of flattened out.
Three and two. Blanco and Scudero are going to go. And there's a shot in and out of the glove of Blanks. Posey hit it right on the nose. Had Blanks caught it, it would have been an easy double play. But now.
And we saw that happen last night. Twice where balls are hit right in the butt, right at Padres first baseman. And they did result in double plays. And if he comes up with this one, it would have been another one. So the Giants catch a break. And this will allow Hunter Pence to have a chance at Cashman.
Pence struck out in the first.
First pitch changeup. That really has become the go-to pitch for Cashman. You would think that a guy that throws 98 miles per hour would be pretty happy with that one. But his changeup's his ace.
94 inside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Now, when you throw 95, I mean, you definitely have impressed the hitter as far as velocity is concerned. I mean, you can throw a changeup off of 95, and you have that type of command where you can throw a 3-2, 3-1, 2-0. What a weapon that is.
Center field, side retired. So the Giants hit 2 line drives here in the 3rd. They come up empty. It remains 1-0. McDonald's True Stories, July 20th, 2006. This was the last time Giants hit 3 straight home runs in an inning. Barry Bonds, Ray Durham, and then Pedro Feliz all went deep in the 8th off of Brian Sweeney. The Giants won the game 9-3. So here's Venable, who swings and misses. We were correct that Brandon Crawford did indeed jam those fingers as he is out of the game. Arias is at short. Noonan is now at 3rd. So it's 1-1 to Venable, who struck out in the 1st. Fouls this one out of play, 1-2.
Bring your glove, make a play.
And you are rewarded. Got him.
Little cutter, perfectly placed. This is the play that has caused all the concern to the hand of Brandon Crawford. When he went into second base, his right hand really jammed into the bag. And he felt it immediately.
So strike to Headley, so we'll keep our ears open to see if we can get a report on the health of Brandon Crawford. Skied out into left center field for Perez. And that'll bring up Blanks. Blanks ended the 1st inning with a ground ball to the right side that Scudero made a nice play on to end the inning. First pitch strike to Blanks.
Lots of power. And you can imagine a guy 6'6", 265. But he's a short arm swinger for a guy his height.
They're going to come in. And this is hit softly to Arias to end the inning. That's how you come in. Belt, Noonan, and Arias coming up.
It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
All right, here's our AT&T trivia question. Tweet your answer to @CSN Giants. Name the two Major League Baseball players to record 20-plus doubles, 10-plus home runs, and 10-plus stolen bases this season. If you know the answer, tweet us at CSN Giants. Belt, base hit left field over the leaping Amarista. So Brandon Belt opens up the fourth with a base hit. And that means Andrew Cashner will pitch out of the stretch.
Always helps get that leadoff hitter on. And you love to see opposite field success for young hitters. Okay, this time through the lineup, Cashner's not fooling anybody.
Here's Noonan. Noonan batting in Crawford's spot. And Noonan slices this one foul and out of play.
And they have no problem going the opposite way with that 2-seam movement now that they've seen it. Now, Noonan has not seen it. This is his first at bat. But he has listened to what everybody has come back to the bench and said. Don't try and pull it. Think hard stuff, think the other way. And the left-handers are having nice approaches to that side of the field.
Oh, 1 to Noonan. Belt with his lead. Blanks holding him tight. And Noonan on a ground and a base hit to right field, and Belt is going to make the turn. So Nick Noonan taking advantage of the hole. And the Giants now with runners at the corner.
And we talked about Mark Kotze in right field. I mean, he's more of a role player than he is an everyday player. Tonight he's out there because they need to string forward bats for him, but they do give up range when he's in the outfield. And let's watch Brandon Belt take advantage of it. This is something they talked about before the game. If the ball does go out to Kotze and he has to move him, especially on a ball that hit on the ground, they'll take the extra base.
So here's Arias, who struck out in the second. And it's way outside for a ball, 1-0.
You mentioned about Kotsay. This is his 16th year at the big league level. And there was a time when he was a center fielder and a good one. And his range has diminished over the years.
In tight, 2-0. Juan Perez to follow. And now timeout is called by, I believe, Hundley. Arizona and Miami are tied 2-2. That game in the 7th inning. Remember, Miami will be here Thursday night. Arias on the ground. Could be a pair. That's one. And that's two. And coming in to score is Belt. And it's 2-0 Giants. So I'm sure Arias is disappointed, but one way or another, you have to get that runner in from third.
Well, it's a pure strikeout situation. You got a guy out there on the hill who is a strikeout pitcher with some of the nastiest stuff in the division. The fact that you put it in play and allow that runner to score, I mean, there should be some kind of a reward for that.
Like maybe a half of an RBI.
I think players would settle for that.
A half.
I want to get that. I want to get that. I want to get that. She pulls it off too.
Amarista blanks, side retired. 5th inning coming up, 2-0 Giants.
Answer, you could tweet it to CSN Giants. The question tonight. Well, let's ask and answer. Name the 2 players to record 20+ doubles, 10+ home runs, and 10 stolen bases this season. Blue survey said, well, Mike Trout and Hunter Pence. All-star worthy.
That's a fact. Here is Kotsay to lead things off. That's a bounced out to Brandon Belt.
Setting that target up away. The hot spot for Kotsay has always been middle end.
Just off the plate. All right, a little attitude.
I like it. I think he did that himself too.
Messing with his brother though. There's a strike on the inside corner.
That is the happy zone. That is away from the target. We have not seen Matt Cain miss the target very often tonight. Suppose he set the target. He has been between the knees with his command on everything.
Blanco. 1 out. All right, let's check in with the happy news girl, Amy G.
All right, Dwayne, what do you do if you're allergic to peanuts and you want to go to a ball game? Not a problem at AT Park, because they've dedicated this whole section here tonight as a peanut-friendly section at AT Park, so folks with peanut allergies can come to a ball game and enjoy the action. It's definitely an issue, something that the Giants wanted to bring attention to, and congratulations to them for being progressive. And now all these folks get to watch the game.
We're the only nuts up here.
It's the right spot for Amy to be.
I love it.
Denarfia takes low. 1 ball and 1 strike. There's a strike to Denarfia. We're looking straight on into that section. It's right, very close to the foul pole, the left field foul pole, where we're sitting. And they're having a ball.
That is the peanut gallery, folks. I've heard so much about it, never really knew where it was.
Amy's going to just sit down there for a while.
She has found a home.
Denarfia hit a fly ball to Pence. He's 0 for 1, and here he strikes out swinging. So here's Amarista.
Well, just an example of the importance of mechanics. When you are an athlete and you can repeat the stroke with consistency like Cain is doing tonight, it is fun to watch. The mechanics that he really had a hard time trying to find consistently in the month of April. But he has locked it in, folks.
And a strike to Amarista.
Yep, they're the only Mets up there. He fits right in.
1 and 2.
The other thing too, back in the first inning, Manny Gonzalez, plate umpire, had a little bit of a tight strike zone. It is loosened up, and Cain is the guy that loosened it up.
Two and 2.
Back foot slider. You want to miss with that thing right, really basically between the catcher and the back foot of the. When you say back foot, you don't literally want to hit the back foot, but you want to throw it out of the strike zone so that it does go down.
Down the left field line, foul.
But what he's done so effectively tonight is change sight lines. He's throwing the balls up, he's throwing the balls down, he's throwing them in, he's going out with it. If he goes in the middle of the strike zone, he's mixing up the speed, he's mixing up the pitch. He has not been predictable to that part of the strike zone at all.
He got him. 8 strikeouts for Cain. And Cain will lead it off.
Put on 20.
is brought to you by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
Here we have a 2-0 lead for the Giants. Andrew Kashner, Matt Cain, a couple of hard throwing right-handers. And it'll be Cain to lead things off. Cain in the first inning hit a ball well into left center field. It was, however, tracked down by the left fielder, Denorfia.
Coast Guard has come in.
They got their eye on somebody.
If you ever see that boat coming at you, you're in trouble.
You're in trouble. I thought you were going to say run, but that wouldn't be the thing to do.
No, I don't think that's an option. I don't know what caliber that is. It just looks nasty.
It's not the one you put a quarter in to see across the bay.
No.
That's tap foul. Yep, these guys are on the lookout. You know what I'm saying?
What's that?
It's one of our camera guys.
Hey, look at that. He makes you proud, doesn't it?
Yep. They're looking for one of our camera guys. 1-2.
Or they're looking for Lucille in the paddle surfing race.
They were looking for Benny. It would have been 25 years ago. Cain out of play. Yeah. There's a possibility laying there. Look out. 2-2. Blanco to follow. And Cain out swinging.
Change up in a good one. So that's respect.
So here's Blanco. Blanco had a nice at bat in the third when he doubled into left center field. Here he takes a strike. About 50% of the time, maybe more, with changeup.
It's easy to fall in love with that pitch. But, I mean, nobody's doing a whole lot with it. And when you have that type of changeup, I mean, you're getting in the box initially against Kashner. You're thinking fastball, and he establishes the changeup within the game. And it's hard to believe that you'll forget about a guy that can throw 97, 98 because his changeup is so good, and that's where he's at.
Out of play, 2-2.
I mean, you look at his fastball changeup combination, and it reminds you of Jason Schmidt. When Jason Schmidt had it going, he could beat you with 2 pitches. And if he would swing at that changeup, he would screw you into the ground.
And that pitch is high, so it's 3-2.
When we first saw Kashner, he was a grip and rip guy with fastball and breaking ball. He didn't have a changeup.
Blanco again stepping out. I think Blanco hits this one on the ground to Blaines, and that's out number 2. For whatever reason, in his mind, he thinks that he's being rushed, but it looks to me like he's got time, he's settled in, he's ready, And then he thinks he's not, and he steps on it.
Well, in a different generation, when you did that, timeout was called. Guys would continue with the pitch, and they would hum them right at your legs. And that's how they stopped it.
Scudero out of play on a good swing. It's 0-2.
You cannot do that anymore. You'll get fined and suspended. But again, it's something that pitchers do not like.
Outside, 1-2. I did have to change it to a hit for Scudero in his last at bat. 2-2. Pulled, foul.
Yep. It's big league baseball. And you find out that Bud Selig's name is Alan H. Selig. Official Major League Baseball says that.
3-2 to Scudero.
Also says Rawlings in a big league hardball. That is the official ball. It's great when you see a ball from a different era. It tells you a lot about the era that that ball existed.
Put on the ground. Amarista. Not in time. Scudero beats it out. And that's the second hit that he's gotten from Alexi Amarista.
Yeah, he just took too much time, plain and simple. Ball not hit particularly hard, but he laid back on it. Took his time getting rid of it. I do think the Giants catch a break here, but still, it is something that an infield instructor is going to address when Amarista gets off the field. And he was out by a bunch. Amarista cannot believe it.
So here's Posey. And strike to Buster Posey. Posey an RBI single in the first. And then he hit a line drive in and out of the glove of Blanks in the third, but Blanks did retire him. One and one to Buster Posey. Posey, center field, but Venable's got a beat on it. And that'll end the inning. No runs, a hit, one left. We will head to the sixth. It's 2-0 Giants. Noon, and you can watch the final game of this 3-game series. Madison Bumgarner will be on the hill as the Giants, if they win tonight, will try to take the series. And then the Marlins are in town. You see on Comcast Thursday and Friday, or Thursday. Friday will be an NBC Bay Area game. And then Saturday and Sunday back here on Comcast. And then back out on the road on Monday in LA. However, lots to do before that, as the hitter will be Nick Hundley. Hundley fouls it back. No balls and 1 strike.
Little cutter just to open up the at bat, and he's done a nice job of mixing that first pitch. It's the easiest way to let your opponents know that you have a command of all your pitches. Just throw it over strike 1. You don't have to be too fine with the count. For the most part, especially early in the game, they're going to look fastball first at bat anyway.
This will be down the right field line. It should be a souvenir. Not. However, Hunter Pence will make it a souvenir. Oh, 2 to Hundley. One and 2 to Hundley. .72 pitches for Matt Cain. The 1-2. High and deep to left. Blanco to the wall. Gone. And Hundley makes it a 2-1 ball game with his 5th home run of the year.
They set up in the inside corner, and he throws a little cutter. It just leaks out over the plate. And in a 2-strike count, Hundley gets every bit of it. I don't think he got a whole lot of help for the win. I think, in fact, it was hindering that fly ball. I thought off the crack of the bat, no doubt about it, home run.
So here's Cashner. Cashner bunts it off the backstop. Second hit off of Cain. The first hit was Forsythe to open up the ball game.
Just over the last section of the fence. There's a screen up there. I thought for a second the way that Radio Blanco was going after it, he had a chance to get it.
I did too. 1-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. Top of the order. Forsythe on deck. Now it's 3-2. So Cain's gone the distance. On the ground, Scudero. Scudero to Belt. 1 out. Well, this is the injury to Brandon Crawford as he slid into second base, Mike, and looks like he jammed a couple of fingers.
The right hand slams in the bag, and as it turned out, he sprained his forefinger and his middle finger on his right hand. So, I mean, I'm taking that as good news. I thought the way he hit it was a possible chance he would have a break.
Yeah. And a strike to Forsythe. With Venable to follow.
See Noonan playing even with the bag at third base.
Into left center field, hit very well. This one is gone. Game tie. Forsythe hits his second of the year.
And pretty much the same pitch. Looked like a cutter or a hanging slider. But Forsythe, who's had good at-bats against Kane tonight, puts a charge into one. And tonight you've got lots of carry to this part of the field. You're not getting it down to left field, but you are getting it from gap to gap. And Kane knew it.
Here's Venable. Venable takes wide. 1 ball and no strikes. And a strike to Venable. Kind of how the Padres have been doing it. Inside corner, 1-2.
Padres are on a roll right now, 7-game winning streak. And if you ask Bud Black about how they're doing it, they'll tell you good pitching, good defense, timely hitting. They're not a team that can really rely on the home run, but they're hitting them when they need them. And they got a good flow going. A lot of positive energy coming out of that dugout. That's what 7-game win streaks will do to you.
So it's 2-2 to Venable with 1 out. And this is hit to left field. Blanco on the move, and Blanco off his glove. And Perez gets the carom, and Venable with a double.
Fastball away, and in a 2-strike situation, you see the backspin and the carry. It's rare to see a ball hit this much glove of Blanco and not have him come up with a play. It would have been a spectacular play. But just like that, in a 2-2 ball game, the Padres now with 1 out get a runner in scoring position. That's going to bring out Dave Rigetti, the Giants pitching coach.
So the hitter will be Chase Headley. 2 solo home runs in the inning and a double.
I mean, this is the first time that Kane's been in the stretch since the first inning.
Yes, it is. And then he struck out Venable, Headley, and retired blanks on a ground ball.
And he didn't miss many locations the first 5 innings, if any. And here, he's hung a couple breaking balls.
This is pulled foul. So, Tony, what's going on down there?
Well, he's been waiting for 2 nights for a play. All right, let's watch it. I got this one.
Yeah, Tony.
So, yes, Grasshopper. Now, I don't know if ball dudes wear cups, but he might think about doing it.
Well, clearly, you don't have to try out to be a ball dude. Clearly, it's something that's kind of handed to you.
Nice block there from Posey. 90 feet between second and third with one out. Very important. You don't want to give it up in a wild pitch. All right, let's watch a ball dude. I got this one. This is mine. Ha! I love little ball dudes.
The 1-1 to Headley. Headley down the left field line. That'll be out of play. It's 1-2.
And that was a mislocation.
Foul, and it has taken Headley's bat.
Hitters love that, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going good with a particular bat, you do not want to lose one.
Well, he had it going last night with that bat. It was working. He scored up everything.
That's where Posey wanted it. It's 2-2.
Brian Gorman. That's a Will Clark fan. Will Clark here tonight with his wife Lisa, his son Trey, daughter Ella.
Got him.
Good change up. Pretty much the same pitch he got hit Headley on back in the first. Change up down and in. See, they set up an outside target. This one comes back on the inside corner, but still very effective pitch because of the change of speed. 9 strikeouts now for Kane.
So here's Blanks. Blanks has bounced out and got jammed and hit a soft line drive to Arias. And he fouls this one back.
And that had some hang on it. So the rhythm that he had for the first 5 innings, where he retired 15 Padres in a row, has looked different this inning, and he has struggled to find that release.
Left field, Blanco back, and that'll end the inning. Padres tie it up. Pence will lead it off.
have you cast your all-star vote. It's time to do it if you haven't. Buster Posey, Pablo Sandoval are leading at their respective positions. Hunter Pence making a strong push for one of the 3 outfielder positions. To vote, go to sfgiants.com, vote or /vote, or on your mobile device you can go to mlb.com/vote. Now you can vote up to 35 times per email address, so get going and start clicking. Dwayne?
All right.
That's right. That all-star game is going to be here in no time. Here it's a 2-2 ball game. Pence, Belt, and Noonan against Andrew Kashner. Pence with a good swing and a foul straight back, and it's no balls and 1 strike.
And the players know how this ballpark's playing tonight. They know that there's big-time help from the wind. You hit that ball between the gaps, here to here. I mean, that's where you're getting carried. Look out. A couple balls get hit out, all of a sudden everybody on both sides start thinking about hitting long balls. It doesn't happen very often in this ballpark, but tonight is a night where you can do it. We watched batting practice tonight for the Giants, and balls were flying out of here much more than they normally do. Brandon Crawford was putting on a clinic, hitting the long ball. Their changeup.
Got him.
Elevator fastball, change sidelines, beautiful pitch. By design, they go upstairs above the letters, and Hunter Pence follows. So you're down 2-0 a ball game. Your team all of a sudden ties the score. You do get a little more gas in your gas tank, and it has happened here with Kashner.
Bell drives one to right. Who's got a hit? It's his second straight hit. And that'll bring up Nick Noonan.
Kashner got that changeup up over the belt, and Brandon Belt took advantage of the location mistake.
Noonan singled into right field with Belt at first base in the 4th inning. Kashner threw it low, but Blanks not a problem reaching over to keep it from going down the right field line.
And the Padres know they have to pay some respect to Belt.
Hundley got out of there in a hurry. I wonder if it didn't give Gonzalez much of a look at the pitch.
Well, 87 pitches on the night for Kashner. The Padres are starting to get a little action going on in their bullpen.
Belt back.
Noonan, a good mistake hitter, good fastball hitter. And he's got some count leverage here, 1-0.
Nick Vincent getting ready. 1 ball and no strikes. Low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch to Noonan, swing and a miss. And that pitch may have been ball 3.
Yeah, we've seen him handle that high fastball, though. That is one of his strengths.
Belt goes down low, and they're going to get him.
Conley throws well. Very quick out of that squat. You can see the throw. I mean, absolute perfect strike to Amarista.
Three and 1 to Noonan. 3 and 2 to Noonan.
That was that fastball challenge you look for in a 3-1. I don't know what else he could have been looking for.
Foul back. Blanks will go to the bag, and that'll end the inning. 7th inning coming up. Your local Toyota dealer. Cashner and Kane both have been very good. Both have allowed a couple of runs. Hundley and Forsythe with home runs in the 6th to tie. Crawford left with an injury. So here's Kotze. Kotze has bounced out and he's flied out. There's a good curveball, and it's no balls and 1 strike.
Well, one thing that Kane needed to do tonight was go deep in this ball game. The Giants bullpen ate up 7 1/3 innings in last night's extra inning ball game, and he has done that.
And a base hit to right field for Kotze. Pence will try to keep Kotze, and here's the throw in, and Kotze's got a double.
Break the ball that was up. Talked about the strength that Kotze has always had as a hitter. He's a middle-in guy. And that's just a lazy cutter. Sixth inning was a stress inning for Kane, and 1 pitch, boom, he's right back into the stretch again. strikeout situation. Runner at second, nobody out. Murphy's trying to get him over at the very least in this at bat.
Denorfia is flied out and he's struck out. Look out, almost got the elbow of Denorfia. It's 2-0.
Next pitch for Kane going to be an even 100, and that's going to get some activity in the Giants bullpen. Machi heading down.
Not close. 3-0. A walk here, and it makes it an easy decision with Amarista. Three and one.
And a generous strike on the 3-0. Count leverage for Denorfia. Kane has an open base.
Hit up the middle. Scudero can't get it. Here comes Kotze, and here's Perez's throw. It is on the button, and they got him! Juan Perez has done it again.
Tell you what, this kid's making a name for himself. Tie ball game, nobody out. You don't have great speed out there with Kotze, but watch this throw. Kotze swings wide, and Posey stays right with him. And just gets contact there. And Manny Gonzalez rings him up. What a throw.
So here's Amarista. Amarista has struck out twice.
He missed him right there initially, but Kotze never got to the plate. It allowed Posey a chance to come back and swipe again, and that's what did him in.
Hit on the ground to Belt. Belt to Arias. Arias to Kane, not in time.
Well, Belt makes a perfect throw over to Arias. Very close play, and I think they got him. Nope. Tie.
So here's Hundley.
It's a call. Umpire could not be wrong.
Outside to Hundley. I think he beat it.
Yeah, tie goes to the runner too. From that angle, a little more revealing. Tom Randazzo making the call correctly. First base.
One 1-0 to Hundley. 1-1 to Hundley.
Hundley cannot believe it. Thought that was up and away.
Amarista. He can run a little bit. Swinging a foul, 1-2. Hundley hit a home run in the 6th inning off of King.
Now that was a little cutter. They got leaky. They tried to go inside corner, front door style with it. One of 2 location mistakes with that cutter in the inning, and both of them got knocked out of the ballpark. Morgan Forsythe, 2 hitters later, did the same thing. Until that pitch to Hundley, King had made a location mistake since the first.
Amarista slipped just a little bit diving back, and that made it close. Pitch out. Nothing going on. 2-2.
Well, the best time to try and steal a base is right after a pitch out. That's what the old baseball adage is about pitch outs. And we're not going to see another pitch out here.
A little lean by Amarista. Amarista hurt. Nope, that's him. Maybe collected some dirt underneath his spikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now he goes. Foul back.
And true to the baseball adage, Amarista going right after the pitch out. Kane's giving Amarista his number 1 pickoff move. So Amarista really has measured just about as far as he can go. And still more attention paid to Amarista.
Runner goes. Foul back.
Yeah, the horse is here. Big Matt King fan.
You having some peanuts?
He's had some oats.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
Oats and carrots. Couple of sugar cubes.
Got him. And that'll end the inning. It'll be the throw by Juan Perez to save a run. Nice throw. And loves it.
Now, we talked about this game was going to be all about pitching, and it has not disappointed. Cain's line through seven strong innings, 6 hits allowed, a couple of home runs, which accounted for the 2 runs and no walks and 10 strikeouts. Cashner, 6 innings, 8 hits, couple of earned runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. 11th time that he has had double-digit figures in strikeouts. And there's this handshake from Bruce Bochy. That means this night is over. Let's take a look at the strikeouts and how he did it. Backdoor cutter, changeup. You got Headley. Elevates over Amarista. Good hard slider. Curveball. He used them all. Good tight cutter inside. Fastball up and away, gets to Norfia. Amarista watches a curveball drop in the backside. And again, a changeup to get Headley. And the final strikeout, the slider that ended it for the Padres in the 7th inning with Hundley. So it was a nice collage there to get an idea of just how all of his pitches were working tonight. And they were all swing and miss type pitches.
Arias over the leaping Forsythe. And Arias picks up his first hit of the ball game and his first hit ever off of Cashner.
What a reminder to spend the 4th of July weekend right here at AT&T Park. Giants take on the Dodgers the 5th, 6th, and 7th of July. And that's Sunday, July 7th game, a 105 game. Trading card day presented by Chevron to the first 20,000 fans. So plan ahead, sfgiants.com for tickets. Also, that Saturday game is a special 4:15 start. So put it down in your calendar and come out and spend 4th of July weekend right here at the Yard.
Arias being chased back. Juan Perez will be the hitter. Hector Sanchez comes out onto the on-deck circle. It'll be Perez's job to get Arias to second. And with his speed, the thought of going to second was there, but Cashner goes to first. And when you have speed like Perez, whoever fields the ball has got to make a decision pretty quick.
Right. When he gets down that line quickly, you can see him making sure that the play is an honest one. You do that with hustle. Good play.
Here's Hector Sanchez. Got a hit last night. Giants score a run here. Matt Cain could come up with a decision.
That certainly has pitched well enough to win a ball game tonight. He was fantastic. See Jeremy Affeldt heading down the Giants bullpen.
Good swing by Hector Sanchez.
Got what he was looking for. There's a happy family. This could be first game ever for this little one.
Yep. One ball and one strike. Down low.
Castro trying to add a little bit on the velocity, pulled it out for the strike zone down the end. They set that target out away. Machi, the right-hander, Affeldt the lefty.
So it's 3-1 now to Hector Sanchez. And that last pitch, I believe, was 100.
He's getting a little sloppy with his command. He's had 2 pitches intended for the outside corner in this sequence come down and in at the feet. One a fastball, the last pitch was a changeup. Those are things to look for Bud Black. Darren Balsley, the pitching coach for the Padres.
He's still got his velocity. It's 3-2.
Yeah, that's good location right there. That was right there behind the outside corner. All right, they survived it. Bullet in the stands.
Arias, decent speed at second. Got him.
96, and that's the example we're talking about adding an extra couple of feet. That's reach back velocity. He uses it in 2 strikes. We haven't seen 96 since about the 3rd inning. Here in a 3-2 count, he elevates it, shoots it right by Hector Sanchez, who'd seen 94. But 96-94 is a big difference, folks. It's like another pitch. You see stuff like that from this young right-hander, and you understand why the Padres are excited about him.
Here's Blanco. Blanco fouls it back. Castro gets a new baseball as he rubs it up. This guy's got a new baseball as well.
Gamer. All those years bringing the glove finally paid off.
Oh, 1 to Blanco, who doubled in the 3rd. Blanco asks for time. A little windy out there.
Game prepared.
0-1. And a little flinch by Manny Gonzalez. 1 ball and 1 strike. Scudero. One ball and 1 strike. One and 2.
That's 105 pitches on the night for Castro. He's still throwing 95, 96 miles per hour. So if you're just going on the speed gun,
he's fine.
He's fine. Tim Stoffer, the right-hander, he's ready. He quit throwing.
So it's 1 and 2 to Blanco. Two and 2. The lead run at second base in Joaquin Arias. Up the middle and a base hit. Here comes Arias. Giants take the lead.
That's something he has been so consistent at these last 2 weeks. 2 strike, 2 out. Runners of scoring in position at bats. And once again, he comes up big. And the Giants retake the lead. And that is a big league at bat right there, folks. That is a crunch time money hit.
And Bud Black's coming out. So Cashner's coming off, yelling into his glove. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. We'll be back. A 2-out base hit by Gregor Blanco.
The pitcher now for San Diego is Tim Stauffer, 30-year-old, actually 31-year-old, just turned 31. 31-year-old right-hander in his 6th year at the big league level, and this is what he has done. He's been a very serviceable arm for the Padres over the years. He started for him. He's now back in the bullpen. He's a 4-pitch guy. Fastball, will go low 90s. He'll 2 and 4-seam the fastball. Big curveball, slider, changeup guy. And when he's right, he'll throw everything. Pedro Siriaco on the double switch comes into shortstop.
Here's Scooter Blanco being chased back. Blanco stole the bag in the first, but the Giants since then have had a couple of runners thrown out. Crawford in the second and Belt in the 6th. Crawford and Belt not the same type of base runners that Blanco is, so you may very well see Blanco try to get into scoring position. If he doesn't, then you've got Scutero to lead off the 8th inning. Scutero looked like he's taking all the way, and he takes a strike.
And Stauffer will definitely give Hundley a chance to throw out a runner.
Blanco's got a good lead. He does not go, and it's low and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. There's Buster Posey. One and 2.
Yeah, he is painting that outside corner. 2-seam fastballs that out of the hand. Scutero is identifying them as being outside, with the movements coming back close to the zone. And as we talked about, this strike zone has widened out a little bit. Seen 2 corner strikes, both pitcher strikes. And now Scutero's got to protect.
My goodness.
That's ridiculous.
That'll end the inning. Giants take the lead. 8th inning coming up. by the Monterey Bay Aquarium. It's sure to open your eyes, expand your mind, and delight you and your family. Dive in at the Monterey Bay Aquarium.org/love.
Share the love. It is a great place.
There you see it's a 3-2 lead for the Giants. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
The numbers for Jeremy Affeldt through 27 games. Solid season. 1-2 with a 2.22 ERA. Nobody's really hitting off these guys. Opponents in general hit 207.
There's a strike at the knees. This is Siriaco. Pedro Siriaco. He had 3 hits last night. And the Giants know one thing, that he can run. And that pitch is down low. Forsythe, Venable, 8th inning. Out of play, 1-2.
So important for any pitcher to establish that strike zone early coming out of the bullpen, but I think it's especially important for a guy who's got a sinking fastball like Affeldt has.
Slowed down by Affeldt. He will shovel it to Belt. All right, after that fine play by Affeldt, let's check in with Amy G.
All right, Dwayne and Mike, we certainly wish Brandon Crawford a very speedy recovery. I did speak with him before the game today, and we recorded a new Hum BB. It's ready for fans at csnbayarea.com. He talks about how impressed he's been with Juan Perez's defense. He also talks about how being awkward actually works in favor for Brandon Belt. Find out why. csnbayarea.com, Hum BB.
All right, Amy, Hum BB. Here's Forsythe. Look out. Every once in a while, Affeldt will do that, especially when Buster Posey is catching.
Well, and he's got a name for those pitches. Calls them scuds. This one really hard to explain. Scud, perfect.
There's a strike.
Yep, number 28. He likes Buster Posey. He had to hang in there for a while to have that done. I'm impressed.
Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Good split.
Down low, 2-2.
Try it again. Why not? Well, like I say, every once in a while he'll throw one you can't really explain. It doesn't make for a very comfortable at bat.
That would be the opposite of a scud.
Yeah, that's a anti-scud. Last thing you wanted to do in a 1-run lead is give up a free pass to first. It'll definitely make you take off your hat and scratch your head if you're a manager.
So Guzman is going to hit for Venable. And Affelt will check on Forsythe.
Pound the knees with the sink.
Outside, 1 ball and no strikes.
And now all of a sudden, the release point has become an issue. Didn't think much of it when that curveball went way wide to Forsythe. Couldn't really explain the fastball way away from Posey. And now Buster Posey's going to come out and talk about it. And I think the first question for Posey is, are you all right? What a reminder, for years StubHub has been the place to find great Giants tickets. Great seats for upcoming Giants home series against the Dodgers, Cubs, and Red Sox are still available. So get to StubHub and grab your seats today.
One and 0 to Guzman. And Affelt again will check. Gets the call. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, that was an important pitch. Yeah, I can relax a little bit. But the one thing he's done here is he's elevated his pitches. And against a guy like Guzman who's got pop, that's not good. He needs to get down around the knees. Affelt's command has become an issue here all of a sudden.
Two balls and 1 strike with Headley on deck. Three and 1.
Easy takes. Skipper's got a pace going.
So it's 3 and 1 to Guzman. Headley is on deck. Center field hit well. Perez gone. And just like that, the Padres have taken the lead, and it comes on a 3-1 pitch to Jesus Guzman.
Well, you could almost see it coming. And David Getty going to come out and try and fix the problem. And you can see a guy like Guzman who's got pop, he's looking for a mistake up, and that was a mistake up. And Affelt cannot believe it. Talk about the carry that has been happening here in this ballpark tonight. You don't have to hit it as hard as you normally have to hit it because the way the winds have been today. And how about the effort from Perez? He almost pulled off a miracle.
So here's Headley. And a breaking ball to Headley and a strike.
A hero's welcome for Guzman back in the Padres dugout. And Affeldt continues to struggle with that fastball command.
1 ball and 1 strike.
And right now he is all over the place. He's going to have to start calling that curveball against Rumby's best bet to get up over in the strike zone. This is a replay of the fastball challenge up at the belt.
Two balls and a strike. And that's a fair ball down the left field line. Headley is going to end up at second base with a double.
It's a lonesome feeling when you're on that mound and you do not have command of your stuff. And Gene Machi has been sent with an extreme red alert to get ready as quickly as he can. He set up in the outside corner and look at the pitch. It goes right across mid-thigh inside corner. And Chase Headley rather, jumped on it.
So Blanks will be walked intentionally. Kotze will be the hitter to face Jeremy Affeldt. Kotze doubled off of Kane in the 7th inning.
Affeldt trying to keep this score at a 1-run deficit.
And a strike, and it's 0-1. Headley at second. Blanks at first. The Padres have hit 3 home runs in this game. The Padres have found AT&T to their liking tonight. All home runs have happened from the 6th inning and after. Good curveball, misses. 2 balls and 1 strike. Tapped, slowly, foul. It's now 2-2.
Throwing that two-seamer down that outside corner. I mean, he's looking for that ground ball to get out of this inning. This will be his last hitter.
Right, Denorfia, a right-handed hitter, is on deck. Hit on the ground to third. Noonan will go to second for 1, and that's all they'll get.
And that was close.
So Bruce Bochy's coming out. It'll be Machi coming in. So Affel will depart. I'm sure very disappointed. The Padres now lead by a run. And analysis. It's all coming up right after the game. See the stretch statue. We look out over the cove into the stadium. It's a 4-3 lead for the Padres when it's time for a change. Then Speedy oil change and tune-up. Your oil change tune-up and Smog experts.
Gene Machi coming in for the 22nd time. 21 strikeouts at 23 2/3. With Machi, you'll see a fastball that goes low 90s. Sometimes, occasionally, he'll go to the mids. Hard slider and a split. Trying to get the Giants back in the dugout with no more damage.
Here's Denorfia. And a strike to Denorfia.
So it starts in a split right out of bed. Sorry, pitcher Tim Stauffer on deck. Padres are playing a couple man short. Carlos Quinton with a sore shoulder, and Everett Cabrera, their shortstop, has had a hamstring problem. So Bud Black really has not had a lot of moves that he can normally make with just 3 extra guys on the bench.
Two balls and a strike. Denorfia got the hit in the 7th inning. That went out to center field. Katse tried to score from second, and Perez threw him out. As you can see, displeased. 2 balls and a strike. Foul back, 2-2. Fouled on the right field line.
Whew. Had a little bit of height on that split. He left it up. And Denorfia has no problem trying to go to right field with it, and he almost pulled it off. Denorfia played for the Team Italy in the WBC this year. He will fight you. You see that hole on the right side. And Brandon Bill holding the runner at first base.
And a soft toss to first. Two and two. Winning. Side retired. Posey, Pence, Belt coming up. Giants trail by 1. A 4-3 lead for the Padres. As Thayer will throw to Buster Posey, and it's outside and low. 1 ball and no strikes. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
Numbers for Dale Thayer. Pretty good numbers. He's got a low 90s fastball. He'll sink and cut. Hard slider and changeup. Kyle Blanks comes out of the infield and goes out to left field. Denorfia takes over center field. And Jesus Guzman is at first.
So Posey with a base hit. And here's Pence. Good night for Buster Posey. Andres Torres is going to run. So here's Pence. Pence is struck out, lined out, and then he struck out again in the 6th. He's 0 for 3. So the Giants now with Torres at first have about as good a speed as you're going to get. Romo and the bullpen now getting loose.
Wraps around that outside corner with 92-mile-an-hour two-seam action. Painted two pitches on that outside corner, and Hunter Pence now saying, hey, wait a second. You're killing me here with this outside location. He's thinking that movement's wrapping around the plate. It's not crossing the plate. And he is in a quick 0-2 hole from Thayer.
Well, you got to swing now. I mean, we've watched Hunter Pence now for almost a full season, and he's just going to, in his mind, he's thinking, I can't take another one anywhere.
Cannot. And he comes back with a fastball, and he swings right through it. So 3 fastballs outside corner. And a quick trip back to the dugout for Hunter Pence. And that really is a bit of a mistake from Thayer. He left that thing out over the middle of the plate. A hat trick tonight for Pence.
Here's Belt. Belt's got a couple of hits. Belts can jerk one in the hole with the speed of Torres. He could go first and third right here. Or we have Andres Torres steal a bag.
Well, Thayer's not very quick. He will definitely give you an opportunity. They're very deliberate out of the stretch.
And so rather than quick to the plate, just keep throwing to first. Let that runner know that you're not afraid to throw to first. Timeout is called by somebody.
Tie the shoelaces.
Tie your shoelaces with golf gloves. It's not easy to do.
I was thinking the same thing. It's like a sobriety test, isn't it?
So it's 1-0 to Belt. Guy ties his shoes. Does that mean he's going?
Good chance.
2 balls and no strikes. Noonan. Belt drives one to right. Kotsay back. Looking up. It's off the bricks. Torres is going to score. This game is tied. Bell comes through his 3rd hit.
Count leverage, sitting on a 2-0 count. Challenges right across the middle of the plate. And Brandon Belt smokes it. And watch the kick as it kicks away from Kotsay. A nice play from DeNorfia, and that play held Belt to a double. But an easy score from the speedy Andres Torres. And we got action.
So here's Noonan. They're going to walk Noonan. To pitch to Arias. Tony Abreu is the only option if you're wanting to pinch hit for Arias, but probably not going to do that anyway. Arias has proved that he can hit right-handed pitching. Stay tuned for the post-game wrap. That's going to happen right after the ball game. And Mike will also talk about the game with Murph and Mac tomorrow morning on KMBR 680. Arias singled and scored in the 7th. He knocked in a run with a double play ball in the 4th. And that gets Hundley, and it's no balls and 1 strike.
Sergio Romo will pitch the 9th, hoping he has a lead to protect.
Arias 1 for 2 lifetime. He's singled and he's struck out against Thayer.
Wide strike. It's been that way. Set up in the outside corner, and Arias is finding out pretty much what Hunter Pence found out. It was a wide zone.
Lined right at Denorfio. 2 down.
They pulled that defense in center prior to the pitch. Just misfortune of hitting it hard at somebody. And once again, it's Juan Perez who had a similar situation in last night's ball game in the 12th. Best arm in the outfield right now for the Padres is in center field with Denorfio. He's got a good arm.
No balls and 1 strike. Two ground balls and a sacrifice bunt for Juan Perez.
Kotsay may not have the strength in his arm that he once had, but he's got a very accurate arm. Kotsay's always been one of the assist leaders in baseball throughout his 15-year career. And the Padres are playing their outfield shallow. Hard to believe that they are really jamming the outfield on Perez, who took a ball to the wall last night. We saw one of the most amazing catches we've ever seen from Will Venable at the warning track in dead center. But this is a shallow set defensively.
Two and two.
And you see Tony Abreu on deck. Pitching with an open base. He's going out of the strike zone a couple times, and twice Juan Perez has spit on him. Thayer does not have to come in with an open base here. He can still stay on a corner.
3 and 2. Hooks this one down the left field line. Foul.
It's the only time they've come in this sequence of pitches, and they may not ever come back Mike's side again.
Now with the count 3-2, why would you play shallow, especially in right? Doesn't make any sense.
Unless that's just their advanced scout report. They don't think Perez has that much power, but I mean, a little unusual because of the at-bat that he had last night in the 12th, and he took it all the way to the 399 side in center.
Three and two. On the ground into right field, a base hit. Here comes Belt. The throw is going to go to third. Belt scores, and the Giants take the lead.
And the kid comes through again. Three-two count, 2 outs, and that, folks, is not a hanger. He goes down and beats Sink the opposite way. He gets it past Forsythe, the second baseman, and the Giants take back the lead. One at bat for Juan Perez.
So Bud Black comes out when it's time for a change. Think speedy. Oil change and tune-up. The oil change tune-up and smog experts. With 2 out. And here's your new pitcher.
New pitcher now is Nick Vincent, just called up. Had a chance to see him last night. Low 90s fastball, slider, and changeup. He will sink and cut that fastball.
And Abreu bounces this one right to Guzman, and that'll end the inning. 9th inning coming up. Romo coming out. Giants lead 5-4.
Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Red, White, and You Jeep Giveaway. Visit CacheCreek.com for details.
Giants with a 5-4 lead here in the ninth. And Sergio Romo's in the ballgame.
31st time that Romo has come into a game. He's 16 for 19 in save ops. 3-3 with a 2.73 ERA. Two types of fastball, slider, and a change. Guillermo Quiroz will assume the responsibilities of catching.
And it'll be Yasmani Grandal to lead things off. He is a pinch hitter. And he will take a strike. Grandal in the ball game last night went 1 for 4. He started behind the dish. And he sweeps that breaking ball in there, 1 and 2.
He's dragged it to the garden. The first pitch fastball followed by a changeup just a bit low. Here he comes around the backside with a little slider. Grandal has not swung the stick one time.
Two and two.
Another changeup. Now hard in front door sinker style is wide open. The way the wind's blowing tonight, the way the ball's carrying, I don't know if they'll go there. They are not. They're setting up away.
And that's a foul straight back.
And he was jumping out there to that outside location.
He was.
Totally in the protect mode.
Hooks at this one again to stay alive. It stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lifetime, Grandal has only faced Romo a couple of times and he's grounded out twice. Got him.
Just not seeing that normal rotation on the slider. And that is the deceptiveness of that slider from Romo, the no-doubter. Comes back door, bang, grabs some pine meat, and that is a big out in the confidence of Romo.
So here's Hundley. Hundley's numbers 1 for 6 in his career against Romo. And he taps this one to Arias. Arias to Bell. 2 down in the ninth. And the hitter will be Pedro Siriaco.
Opens it up with a slider just a bit low.
One ball and no strikes. And there's a flip job into left field for a base hit. So speed is aboard in Siriaco. And the hitter will be Forsythe.
Just to add a little more drama into this game. These two games between these two teams have been unbelievably played. And if you like drama, this is the place to be. Innings last night. Nail biter all the way, and here again tonight, same thing.
Giants will have to keep an eye on Siriaco. And a first pitch strike to Forsythe, but it's 0-1.
And Forsythe will not look at the fastball.
Nope. And a check on Siriaco.
Can't get so focused to the last strike of the ball game you forget about a speedy runner at first. That throw was called by the bench.
Outfield deep. Way outside, not close. 1-2.
Doubles defense. Back him up in the outfield.
You give away some hits in front of you, but you can't give away anything over your head. Got him. And that's the ball game. Well, I'm not sure that's how you write it up. Lose the lead in the 8th, regain the lead in the 8th, but the Giants will take it because they snapped the Padres' 7-game winning streak and they snapped their 3-game losing streak. A nice win.
Well, it really was. A lot of emotion in this ball game tonight. In this series, the first 2 games have just been incredibly played by both clubs. Stay tuned, one more tomorrow, but tonight a huge win for the Giants.
Final score, Giants 5, Padres 4. Esurance Giants postgame live with interview and the wrap is coming up. But first, let's go to the Sportsnet Central studio for an update.